Hi everyone, welcome back on my YouTube channel. Today we will speak about the wood version of Steel Flanked Penveid. We will use the same chip that we used against the flame version, but in my opinion, it's gonna be much more difficult, but still possible to deal the maximum damage against this boss.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
So, I finished the boss at the last turn, so I think that I've been very lucky during this fight, and sadly there are a lot of RNG's factor against this boss. As always, this is still Flanked Penveid, the boss of the RNG. This is the speed order, the skill order settings that I recommend you to use. Skill 2, 3, 3, and 3. Skill 3 is doing a lot of damage because against Steel Flanked Penveid you must hit as much as possible. And with the skill 3 you're gonna hit 5 times. And then the skill 2 just to reset this passive. It will allow you to put this debuff on the boss, and when hit you have 100% chance to the boss gonna have 100% chance to take additional damage 2 times. That's why I refresh the skill to every 3 skills. Carabin Archer, very easy. You're just gonna need to spam the skill 2. Skill 3, 2 and 2 for Turin, and skill 2, 2, 1 for Ain. The problem of this team is that it's gonna be difficult for you to manage the Vigor correctly. That's why I recommend you to use the skill 1 on Ain. Okay, that's for the skill order settings. Let's quickly read the different skills of the boss. This is the exact same skills of the flame relic of the flame version. So he has on the skill 1 an AoE that will attack all the enemies 3 times, and it will also land the attack speed decrease 3 for 3 turns. Don't worry that much about the debuff because you can remove the debuff with this one. Remove one debuff. This is the passive of Ain. Ain is very insane against this boss, and I will explain you what should you do to optimize the different skills and the passives of Ain for this fight. So skill 1, skill 2, recovery disruption. This is the famous recovery disruption, and we're gonna need to have some effect resistance to resist against this debuff, because if we can't resist against this debuff, then we will just not survive during the fight. When the boss is using this skill, is going to target the champion on your team with less current HP. That's why we will try to play Turin with the minimum HP as we can, and then we just want the boss to target Turin as much as possible. And we will also use Turin with a lot of effect resistance, so she will normally be able to resist against this skill. Attacks all the enemies 3 times. Okay, and attack disruption. This is a very annoying debuff, but there is nothing specific that you can do against this debuff. And here is the famous barrier, which blocks 10 to 21 hits for 5 turns. he also got a huge critical strike rate increase 3 for 5 turns, and it charges his attack gauge by 100%. This boss has a lot of strong skills. At the start of the battle, okay, this is basically what all the different bosses of Olaf Conqueror got. He got a lot of effect resistance increase, which are very annoying buffs, and passing wound, and this is why you must attack as much as possible with as much attack percent as you can. It will highly increase the damage done. The head of the boss, it's yeah, a lot of annoying things. 2, it has 50% chance to reduce all enemies' attack gauge. It also puts the attack decrease 2 on the attacker. So a lot of different annoying things. Okay, and we start the fight with an attack increase by 20% for 2 turns on the stacks favor allies. Okay, that's all we have for the different skills and passive of this boss. Now we're gonna speak about the equipment. I will speak about Ain first because I feel that she's the most important champ in this fight. She's going to be the main healer of the team, the main buffer, and you want her to refresh the passives as fast as she can. And to help you to refresh this passive, we will use the disaster set. It will allow you to refresh the passive faster and also to heal your team much better. Because if you have unlocked the chivalry number 8 of Ain, then when you will use a skill 1, skill 2, or skill 3, you will heal each ally by 5% of Ain's max HP. That's why we're gonna need to play Ain with as much HP as possible and as much recovery as possible. You have to prioritize the HP and then recovery for the belts and the orb. HP everywhere that you can, a necklace, earrings, and ring. You also need to try to have more than 200 speeds. The most important is to be faster than ARJ and Caliban Archer, because you want to buff at the first turn. You want her to buff first to trigger the focus buff from the keepsake of Caliban Archer and ARJ. That's why basically I'm using a lot of attack speed as substats on my different gears, and that's how I can have more than 200 speeds even without the HP, without the attack speed ring, or without the orb speed. So you really need to do an effort to optimize the equipment of Ain, because as I said, she is probably the key of the fight. Turin, nothing very specific, nothing very difficult on Turin, a lot of effect resistance. I got 110, it seems to be enough because she has a lot of effect resistance buff, so she can tank, and even if she got the recovery disruption, she tanks very easily. And with these sets, with the immortal set, she will be able to survive during 5 turns with the recovery disruption. So even if you don't have 100% chance to resist on the recovery disruption, you will be able to survive. But if you got the recovery disruption 2 times in a row, then you will probably not be able to survive and you will die. But it worked for me, so I think that maybe 130 if you want to secure the fight, but you don't need to have that too much effect resistance. You need to have recovery, you need to have a lot of defense, and obviously some speed. So let's look what do I use. Vigor set with vitality sets, attack speed. There are a lot of attack speed, some effect resistance as always, effect resistance, attack speed, defense, attack speed, and defense, attack speed, effect resistance. So you must find the balance with your effect resistance, your speed, and your defense. Effect resistance, attack speed, recovery, attack speed, and defense, attack speed. So this is not perfect. You, I think, can easily build the same stats. Now let's speak about Caliban Archer. He has a very classic damage dealer build. Yes, you have to have around 5k more HP with your damage dealer compared to Turin. So I have 33k HP and 28k HP on Turin. And if they are too close with their max HP, the boss is going probably to switch. The target is going to kill your Caliban Archer. That's why you want to have around 5k more HP on your damage dealer. So we got attack, a lot of attack. Well, I'm gonna show you just the global stats, a lot of attack, critical strike damage, and speed. There you want some effect accuracy, vigor set, because as I said, it is difficult to manage the vigor against this boss. So a lot of attack speed, but not more than Turin. So I got 207. It means that against the boss, Turin gonna change the weather in night, so I will have 10 extra speeds on RJ and Caliban Archer. That's why you must be careful. You must have 10 more speeds, 11 more speeds on Hane, or she will get outspeed because of the bonus of the weather. And so 101 effect accuracy. With the focus set, it seems to be enough because focus set will buff your champ with effect accuracy, and you will also have the effect accuracy increase too from the second skills of Turin. So that's all for the different stats and the equipment set. So I'm gonna now show you the fights, but I'm not gonna kill the boss probably because you need a lot of try, simply because of the skill tree of Ain. She has 70% chance to buff attack, and it can happen that she will not buff attack that much during the fight, and you will lose a lot of damage. And she is also using a disaster set, so it adds always a lot of RNG. The boss will reduce the attack gauge, and sometimes you're gonna resist, sometimes you will not. So this boss has a lot of RNG factor during this fight. So let's see what can happen during the fight. But as I said, I don't expect to finish the boss with this try. I think you're gonna need to do like 20 tries if you want to, maybe more if you want to make the perfect fights. This is very annoying, but this is still flanked pinfade. We don't have that much other options. So let's see the fight. So that is the perfect example. Even if I finished the fight, look at the defense of the damage. I didn't change anything, but as I said, the RNG around the Ain is huge, and sometimes she will buff attack, sometimes she will trigger her third passive that will extend the buff of the buff attack, but sometimes you will just not have any attack buff and you will extend absolutely nothing. So that's why you're gonna need to do a lot of different try. So let's look at the different teams used against the flanked pinvade, but most of the time we will have this team, but with just the equipment that can change. For example, we have a few offensive AJ without Vigor sets, so it can be a serious option. Let's look. It seems that most of the time RJ is played with Vigor sets. Honestly, I don't know how can they manage the Vigor correctly if they play without a Vigor set, but maybe they sometimes use the skill 1, I don't know. Or maybe they are playing manually. If you play manually, then you can use the skill 3 only during the shield. Only when the boss has the shield, I don't know. But I think obviously it's much easier to play with the Vigor set and ARG. Unity set, why is using Unity set just to boost ARG? Okay. Disaster, Vitality, Damage. Vigor and life set. Life set can be interesting. Is not even Vigor. I think change it the year. Well, a lot of different options. So find your own way to do your maximum damage, but you got a lot of different options. So just look at the different teams used and the equipment and try to find what could be the best option for you with your current equipment. Maybe you have better quality gear on Vigor and an effect accuracy or Ascension set, Vitality set, Disaster. A lot of options can be used. So find the best for you guys. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed to see it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you soon. Enjoy the game.